Hey Virgos, welcome to April 2019. Thank you so much for joining me this month. Okay, so let's get started. Two cards have already popped out. Thinking wise, you guys have moved on. Emotionally, you guys have moved on. Actually, wait, that's not true. Emotionally, you know you have to move on because you're thinking about it, but emotionally, your heart is still in this place right here that involves at least three obligations, okay? But you still have two things, Virgo, that need you to move on. There's two emotional connections in your life that desperately need you to build a bridge and move on. There's fear there. There's fear there. It's coming from you. You know in your mind that you got to move on. In your heart, you're still stuck though. Okay? But the two emotional connections are just like, come on. And it's easier said than done. So the sixth energy goes with the thought process. So responsibly, like you're thinking responsibly when it comes to my duties, when it comes to my responsibilities, when it comes to my domestic duties, I got to move on because the two things, the two emotional connections, they need me to move them out of this harsh water right now into clear sailing. But emotionally, it's really hard for you to make that change. It's really hard for you to make that change. Although you do have these two emotional connections urging you to do it, it's been quite a task. And Virgos are very adaptable. So I think that's the reason why. It's not like you guys are a fixed sign. So you guys aren't stuck. I think because you've adapted so much to your current situation, it's like, well, is it that bad? Virgo, if you've been thinking about it for months, like this card has popped out for you guys for months now. For months. You guys are thinking you got to move on. So emotionally, you're stuck. Thinking wise, you know you got to move on, okay? Let's see. Virgo, April 2019. What's going on for the Virgos, April 2019? Okay, let's get started. Okay, so how's your sleep? You know, actually, Virgo, I'll give you guys a little tip. So I bought these dream pillows. My husband, he has moon in Virgo and Virgo rising, and he doesn't stay asleep. He's a very light sleeper. And even I realized that in his sleep, he'll be swearing. And it's only when he has to wake up early for work. So he's not sleeping peacefully at night because he has to move on from work. That's what it is for him. So I got him a dream pillow from Green Earth. You can get them online though, or you can make them. It's just a bunch of herbs. It's like lavender, mugwort, and then a hops. And when you turn your head, so you put it inside a small pillow, a bunch of herbs, and Virgos, you guys rule herbs. Like this is something you guys should probably get yourself familiar with because it's an incredible universal tool. So I put it inside a little cotton sack, and I put it inside my pillowcase. And whenever he turns his head, it crunches the herbs and it exudes the scent. And he said that this is the best he's ever slept in his entire life. And we found out that it's because of when he was younger, sleep training. His mom put a lock on the outside of the door, so he has a fear of sleeping. And that peace pillow, that dream pillow, was what gave him the dream that reminded him of the time when he was younger. And it's that fear there of being trapped. So that's another story how that all stemmed out. But if you guys are having trouble sleeping, I urge you guys to invest in a dream pillow. They shouldn't be more than $15. Send me an email. I can absolutely see about shipping one to you because I have a great resource. Or you know what, like I said, send me an email and I'll let you know the exact herbs and you can just make it yourself. The other two cards that popped out, Virgo, are the 10 of Cups and then the moon side. So the moon card, sorry. So emotionally, the family is doing really well. Emotionally, the family is actually quite content. They're waiting for a new beginning, but it's almost like, you know, the moon is all about ebbing and flowing, right? So for some reason, and also the moon naturally ebbs and flows. We don't need to tell the moon, hey, it's full, you know, what are you doing? It's new. What are you doing? And I think that's what you guys are waiting for, because the moon naturally goes through its cycles without being coerced and without it actually doing anything. I think that's where you guys are at right now, where you know you need to move on, but emotionally you're like, well, I'll just let it run its course. So just wait for it to naturally do it. But if you're losing sleep over this, you need to initiate it. You need to tell yourself, no, I'm losing sleep, so I'm going to not wait for this to naturally change. I'm going to take direction. I'm going to take power, and I'm going to initiate the transfer myself. Okay, let's do this, Virgo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So masculine air sign on the bottom of the deck. Always watching out for you guys. Masculine air sign being Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Okay. Yeah, you guys are stressed. I feel it right here, like hurts. Okay, let's shake it out, Virgo. Okay. So what's going on this month is opportunities, okay? We have the 9 of Wands, okay? So you've been holding on to one thing for so long. Opportunities are passing you by. You see other opportunities, but it's like, I can't let go of this one thing, because what if these opportunities are not legit? What if these multiple opportunities are not what's going to make me happy? I just need you to ask yourself, is the one thing that you're holding on to, does it make you happy? Or is it a practical thing? Is it, for instance, when I talk about it, I think about my husband, right? And he wants to move on from work, but he can't walk away from the pension or the job security or the paycheck or the benefits. So him holding on to this one thing because of fear that the other opportunities aren't going to be as good as this one is absolutely false, right? Because it's not just one other opportunity in the background. There's multiple opportunities. And out of those multiple opportunities, I can guarantee that one of them will be equivalent / better than the one opportunity that you're holding on to so tightly. And do you want to know how I know that, Virgo? Because of this card. This card is your intuition, and it's the obstacle and the aid to this card. So your intuition knows that you have other opportunities that will pan out in a positive way, but your intuition is also blocking you from releasing, because intuitively you're fight or flight, right? Intuitively, you're like, I need to serve, I need to provide, I need to do what I need to do, I can adapt. Intuitively, you know what you're made of, but logically and another part of your intuition, you also know that you're going to be taken care of, that the universe supports you. So it really depends on what intuition you want to listen to. Do you want to listen to your Virgo intuition or your higher self intuition that doesn't have a label, that isn't Virgo specific, that's infinite, that says, you know, I'm an abundant soul, I'm an infinite being in a human body just having an experience, and I can control and create whatever the hell I want. It's really the intuition that you want to follow, because they're both right. You are adaptable. You are a provider. You are able to serve others effortlessly and selflessly. Ooh, Mercury retrograde got me all messed up. Selflessly. You know that you can do both. You know that. And it's your intuition that also has a lot of fears. Subconsciously, we have a masculine earth sign. So that's Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, like yourself. That's ruling everything. This earth sign is ruling everything right now. So you've really given your power away to this earth sign. So who is this person? Comment below. Who is this person in your life? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. They are closed-minded, so they really only see what's in front of them. They're not visionaries. They only see what's in front of them. And subconsciously, you're holding yourself back from new opportunities because of this person, because of this person's energy. I think there's a Y somewhere in their name or there's somebody that asks a lot of questions, a lot of whys, and maybe that's where that fear is coming from, having to answer to them, okay? This person could be deceased or still living, but it's somebody that's very much in your energy that you need to clear because they can't have all the power. They can't have all the control. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy could be their moon sign, could be their rising sign, masculine energy. They're very highly decorated, just very like, they look good at all times. I'm seeing a thumb missing, and the thumb is your worry system. So if you notice the people holding their thumbs in pictures, it means that they are worried a lot about something. And I'm seeing it on their left hand. So they worry about their mother. They worry about a female energy in their life. I'm also seeing red on their pointer finger. So they do a lot of finger pointing because they've caught you in the past red-handed. So now they continue to be like, well, remember that time you did this and I'm watching you and I will always put you back under my thumb, back in your place. This person has way too much power over you, Virgo. You think that you have a lot of power at home, but actually this person is 100% ruling you. Okay. So all you have to do is bring it to the surface. Be like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And they are controlling me. I do a lot. And I realize in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, well, what would they think? Once you do that, you clear it. You 100% clear it. Just accept it. Just say, yeah, I've given my power to this person. They've been subconsciously running my life for months now. They're one of the reasons why I feel like I can't move on, but I know that I have to intuitively, okay? So you know who this person is, consciously recognize that they've been ruling your life, and you clear it, okay? This is where you're at right now, Virgo. New frame of mind, new thinking about things in general. For instance, I've been reading this book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Holy, it is so like life-changing knowledge. And like I mentioned, my husband, who's moon in Virgo rising, he wants to move on from work. And in the book, the poor dad is the government worker. And in my life, my husband is the government worker. And in the book, the rich dad is the entrepreneur, and here I am doing my own thing. So it's really changing my husband's point of view where he's like, maybe I need to get into my own business. Why am I funneling my heart? Because Virgos serve so well. Virgo will be the best employee ever in the entire government. He's one of the best employees, but working under a horrible manager has diminished his skills and how efficient he is as an employee and how efficient he is in serving. So he's starting to realize, why am I working so hard and so well to go to a top person that, it's not even benefiting me in the long run, right? And there's no passion there. So I think, Virgo, what's going on for you guys is you're starting to change your frame of mind, your frame of thinking when it comes to this power and this energy that you've been putting out there. So although you feel empowered within your home and family, you still recognize that there's a lot more opportunities out there. And that's really changing the way you think about things and society in general. Who knows, maybe it could be your marriage. Maybe you're starting to realize that marriage is a trap, Maybe you're like, oh, that super full moon in Libra was like, marriage is not what it's cracked up to be. I was just talking to my moon in Virgo grandmother, and I was like, Grandma, when did you know that your marriage wasn't going to work? And she's like, the wedding day. And I was like, well, then why did you get married? And she's like, honey, that's what you do. That's what you did back in the day. And that's still what you do these days in certain parts of the world. But at the end of the day, she's like, marriage is a trap. So your frame of mind is shifting, is changing, which is excellent, right? That's what's needed. Okay. Family and friends. New money came in, new power came in for family and friends, and that just sparked a lot of, the same old. So new power came in for family and friends, and they've kind of like held it out in front of you, being like, well, look what I did. And that's another reason why you're changing your thinking, because it's like, oh, okay. It's so easy for you. Why can't that be easy for me? Why can't I attain that as well? Maybe it's just power within maybe maybe your best friend got divorced, or maybe a family member got divorced and they're so empowered now. They're, they feel great. They're independent. They have more free time. They're not under somebody else's thumb, and they feel 100% independent. And you're like, oh, that's how you do it. Or maybe, like I said, for my husband, Moon and Virgo rising, oh, my wife is, doing well with her independent business. Why am I getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go pad somebody else's pockets? Frame of mind has changed because somebody within the whole, your family and friend unit has empowered themselves, and you're realizing that that could have been you. Okay. But here's the truth, Virgo. The truth is that you have a fear of being overburdened with responsibilities because you already have so much on your plate. So you're like, what does it encompass for me to move on? What kind of work would I have to do? You also hope for it. You're also like, I know I can do the work, but do I want to do the work? I already have so much on my plate. If it is about transferring over, moving away from either a job or a relationship, yeah, that encompasses a lot of hard work, a lot of responsibility, a lot of looking at what you need to accomplish in order to figure it out. It really brings in a lot of hard work that maybe you guys just aren't up for right now. But I'm telling you right now, Aries season is going to give you that added dose of energy and pioneering energy and moving forward and initiating and starting something new. So you actually do have universal support. You do have universal support if you wanted to do it. No pressure. Okay. Outcome, Virgo, is that you're going to keep thinking that you have all this power at home within your family. And who knows, maybe you do, but this earth sign is the ruling force behind the throne. You are still going to think that you have a lot of power at home with your family. And that's going to be like, well, maybe I shouldn't do anything right now. Maybe I should just kind of wait and see. And Virgo, because of that inactivity and that inaction to do something with Aries new moon, with Aries season, it just crumbles your foundation. It just crumbles your foundation. Okay. So this is kind of like a warning for you guys. If you just sit on it and don't do anything, the outcome is that it crumbles around you. And then it gets to a point where you either have to stay and fight for this crumbling energy, this instability, or you have to run away. So I urge you guys really more so to, instead of just kind of staying here and not doing anything and just saying, well, it's not that bad, and at least I have a lot of power at home and within the family, like I'm getting paid, or, I am empowered, I'm not going to do anything. The universe is going to force it. The universe is going to force it by completely unraveling your sense of stability. I hate doing readings for like myself because I'm just like, I was just telling an 11 how I think tarot works, and it just confirms your intuition, right? So instead of saying, well, this is what's going to happen. I just watched a video on YouTube, a reading, and it said my foundation's crumbling and I'm just screwed, so I'm just not going to do anything. No, don't give me your power like that, please. What I want you to do is take this information and say, I refuse to allow my foundation to crumble because it's important to me. I refuse to allow that. So I'm going to take my power instead, and I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on. I'm going to make that change with my new frame of mind, with the support that I know my family and friends have now, especially financial or even just empowerment. You know that your family and friends have the mental support to give you some advice. Ask for help, Virgo. Ask for help, because you got to move on from this before it's too late, before the universe is like, I'm just going to push you in, right? Decide to take that leap. Decide to dive in, okay? Please email me if you need help. I'm here to help you. I love you guys. Comment, like, subscribe, share, Virgos. I will see you next month, May 2019. And next month, all I want to see is just this. Like, I want this card to pop out, me put it back in, it pop out again like 4 more times, and you guys just being so happy, so content, starting your summer off in a really positive way, empowered, loving life. Let's do this. Love you, Virgos, and I will see you next month. Bye, guys.